What if I told you there was an aircraft even more outrageous than the Super Guppy? An airplane so enormous that it looked like someone stacked 2 cargo planes together, gave it 8 engines, and expected it to carry rocket parts across America. Meet the Howard DBA, the damn big airplane. Today, we're comparing one of aviation's most successful oversized cargo aircraft with one of its most fascinating what-if concepts. Let's find out why one became an aviation legend, while the other never left the drawing board. During the 1960s, America's space race created a unique transportation problem. NASA needed to move massive Saturn rocket components between factories and launch sites. These parts were simply too large for conventional aircraft, and moving them by road or sea was painfully slow. The solution: build aircraft specifically designed to haul oversized cargo. One solution became the Super Guppy. Another remained a radical proposal, the Howard DBA. The Super Guppy was developed by Aerospace Lines by modifying the Boeing C-97 Stratofreighter. Its enormous bulbous fuselage allowed it to transport complete rocket stages, satellites, aircraft sections, and other oversized cargo. Instead of designing an entirely new aircraft, engineers reused proven wings, landing gear, and engines, dramatically reducing development costs and technical risk. The result? A reliable heavy-lift transport that entered service and helped support NASA's Apollo missions. Even today, modern versions continue transporting Airbus aircraft components around Europe. The Super Guppy proved that unconventional designs could become incredibly practical. Now imagine taking the Super Guppy, making it even larger, adding a second wing, and doubling the engine count. That's essentially what the Howard DBA proposed. Its massive double-wing configuration created a gigantic lifting surface capable of carrying even larger payloads. Instead of simply enlarging the fuselage, the designers attempted to distribute lift across a much larger structure. On paper, it promised tremendous carrying capacity. But engineering isn't just about size. Let's compare the two aircraft. Airframe. The Super Guppy uses a traditional single-wing configuration with a massively enlarged fuselage. The Howard DBA uses a biplane arrangement with 2 full-size wings connected by a gigantic cargo body. While the DBA creates more lift, it also introduces far more aerodynamic interference between the wings. Engines. The Super Guppy relies on 4 large turboprop engines. The Howard DBA concept featured 8 engines spread across the wings. More engines mean greater thrust, but also increased maintenance, weight, complexity, and fuel consumption. Aerodynamics. Despite its unusual appearance, the Super Guppy is surprisingly efficient. Its designers carefully shaped the fuselage to reduce drag while maintaining internal cargo volume. The Howard DBA, however, presents a much larger frontal area. Modern CFD simulations suggest the teardrop fuselage helps airflow remain attached. But the aircraft still produces significantly more drag than conventional cargo planes. Its estimated lift-to-drag ratio is around 3.5, far below modern transport aircraft. In other words, it flies, but not very efficiently. Stability. The Super Guppy's tail was designed and extensively flight-tested. The Howard DBA existed mostly as drawings. Recent RC model experiments showed that the original vertical stabilizer design was too small, causing significant yaw instability and side-slipping. Only after enlarging the vertical tails did the aircraft become reasonably controllable. That highlights one of the biggest challenges with conceptual aircraft. Sometimes the drawings don't tell the whole story. Cargo operations. One of the Super Guppy's most recognizable features is its opening nose. The entire front section swings open, allowing oversized cargo to be loaded directly into the aircraft. The Howard DBA proposed a similar front-loading system. However, an RC recreation demonstrated something interesting. Opening those giant doors during flight generated enormous aerodynamic drag. The aircraft quickly lost speed and altitude before crashing. Fortunately, real cargo aircraft never open their loading doors in flight. That experiment simply demonstrated how powerful aerodynamic forces become at speed. Why the Super Guppy succeeded. The Super Guppy succeeded because it minimized risk. It reused proven aircraft systems. It solved a real transportation problem. And it delivered exactly what NASA needed. Its unconventional appearance hid surprisingly conservative engineering. Why the Howard DBA never flew? The Howard DBA was ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. It required an entirely new airframe. 8 engines. A complex biplane structure. Massive development costs. And by the time such an aircraft could have been built, transportation methods and launch vehicle, logistics had already evolved. Without a clear economic advantage over existing aircraft, the project never progressed beyond the concept stage. Which aircraft wins? If we're talking about engineering success, the Super Guppy wins by a mile. It served NASA for decades and proved itself in real-world operations. But if we're judging pure imagination, the Howard DBA might be one of the wildest cargo aircraft concepts ever designed. It reminds us that aviation advances because engineers are willing to explore ideas that seem impossible. Sometimes those ideas become icons. Sometimes they remain beautiful concepts. But every one of them pushes aerospace engineering forward. The Howard DBA may never have flown full scale, but thanks to modern simulation, CAD design, and RC experimentation, we now know something remarkable. Probably could have flown. Not perfectly, not efficiently, but it would have flown. And that's enough to earn it a place among aviation's greatest what-if aircraft. If you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, which forgotten aircraft concept should we explore next?